Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. If you haven't heard of me, I'm the premier tattooed nutsack, tattooed chef, hater on YouTube. And I'm also a hater of Jeremy LaFufu, the clown that's been pumping this massively unprofitable soy boy stock on all his fans. Now, today, I'm going to do a live reaction to the earnings that was released by Tattooed Nutsack today. And I want to see how well the company's doing. And I'll give you my live, honest reaction to their earnings. I skimmed through it really quickly, but we're going to look at it in a little bit more depth because I want to be like a counterweight to Jeremy LaFave. All he does is hype a bunch of unprofitable stocks. And if the stocks go up in a irrational bull market, he claims he's a genius. And when the stocks go down, well, he just like, you can ignore those. Don't worry about that. So let's go check out Tattooed Nutsack's most recent earnings report, which was for the quarter ended September 30th, 2021. So this is the report that they were late in submitting last time. I was so excited for that. And then they were freaking late, okay? Because they, I don't know, maybe the CEO was smoking crack or something like that, but whatever. So let's go check out the report. Tattooed Nutsack. Well, before we do that, let's look at the stock. How's the stock doing? Whoa, guys, it's up 1.63% in after hours. You know Jeremy's going to go freaking crazy about that, okay? Now, if you didn't know, it's a plant-based food company that is massively overpriced, both on a stock basis and for the food basis. And it's just garbage. So it currently has $1.3 billion market cap. And the actual earnings call is expected November 26th, but the earnings report did come out. So let's go ahead and look at that. Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. All right. Hopefully this isn't cutting out. I'm on a hotel's internet. So the report was released today, November 16th, 2021. Tattooed Chef Incorporated. I'm so glad they actually got a report out. I mean, I know it's a lot to ask of management, but you know, they gotta have to freaking do their jobs. So let's see. So here's the CEO, Salvatore Galletti. He's probably a freaking cokehead. Somebody said he smokes crack. I don't know if that's true or not. Tattooed Chef, a leader in plant-based foods, today announced financial results for the first 3 and 9 months ending September 30th, 2021. Blah, 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 blah. Revenue was a record $58 million, a 43% increase compared to $41 million in the prior year. So it's definitely a growing company on a revenue basis. That is true. I can't dispute that. What I don't like about this company is that it is massively unprofitable. I don't care how fast revenue growth is. If you have an investment and your bottom line profit after you deduct all your expenses is negative, you're still losing money. Your revenue could grow to infinity and you could still freaking lose a ton of money. Now, one day they may become profitable. That's entirely possible. But when they do, by the time they get there, they're going to dilute the crap out of you on the way. Because if they're unprofitable, they're losing money throughout those quarters and years going into the future. They have to issue stock or go into debt to finance their operations until they are profitable. That's what I don't like about these companies. You can wait until they're actually profitable and just buy them when there's some negative sentiment, but you believe the company is a good buy long run. But LaFufu doesn't care. He's a freaking moron. Nutsack's the future, bro. So revenue grew by 43.5% year over year. Branded product revenue grew by 55%. Gross profit. Now here's where the actual profits come in. Gross profit was $5.9 million or 10.1% gross margin compared to 10.3% gross margin in the prior year. Now, the gross profit is very important. All it is you take your revenue and you deduct your cost of sales. Now, your cost of sales is going to be, if you manufacture the product, it's going to be direct materials, direct labor, variable overhead for the factory, and fixed overhead. That's using generally accepted accounting principles, absorption costing. Now, in this case, I can't tell you if 10.1% gross margin is good or bad for the food industry, but the lower the gross margin, the harder it is to have a bottom line profit because you have your gross margin, and then you also have to pay selling expenses, general and administrative expenses, and then you have to pay interest and taxes before you even get a profit. So you want your gross margin to be as high as possible. What I see is that it's dropped slightly, and it just doesn't seem that high to me. It doesn't give you a lot of wiggle room to really become profitable. So they're going to have to increase their gross margin, I think. And over time, I've seen their gross margin go down and down and down and down. What could be causing that? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they're getting squeezed by Walmart or Target, and they're buying them from Tattooed Chef, all their products at lower and lower prices. Whatever it is, their gross margin has been decreasing, which is not a good sign. Net loss, was 8.2 million compared to a net loss of 3.2 million. So the loss has more than doubled year over year. Wow. See what I said? The lower your margin, the lower your gross margin, the harder it is to profit. Adjusted EBITDA was negative. Don't even worry about EBITDA. EBITDA is a stupid, like, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. It's so stupid. It's just like this weird metric that financial analysts use to freaking, make it seem like their company is profitable. But the funny thing is, their adjusted EBITDA was negative compared to a positive 1.6. So even on the voodoo finance metric, it's still pretty freaking bad. All right. Revenue for the last 9 months. So now you see here, look, gross margin over the last 9 months was 13.4%, but it's been going down steadily. That's not a good sign. And then it was 15.9% a year prior. So 15.9%, and now they're at 10.1%. That's not good. Okay. But whatever. Who's the future? Net loss was 70 million over 9 months compared to 3.5 million. Wow. And of course, EBITDA was also negative 14.7 million. So overall, the metrics are freaking trash. Okay. Now, what increased the revenue? The revenue increase was primarily driven by, let me zoom in a little bit, 12.7 million increase in Tattooed Chef branded products and 5 million increase in private label products. I think they sell to Trader Joe's because I saw like these very suspiciously tattooed nutsack products at Trader Joe's, but I didn't want to buy them because I didn't want to support Tattooed Chef. But they were a lot cheaper at Trader Joe's, I tell you that. The increase in Tattooed Chef brand resulted from expansion in the number of U.S. distribution points while increased volume at existing with our current portfolio. Okay, so the thing, like all of Fufu is going to say is that, oh my God, it's all revenue growth is the future, bro. But profits actually matter, okay? Let's see if they talk about gross margin. So they mentioned gross margin. The slight decrease in gross margin for the 3 months was primarily due to the increases in raw materials, packaging, and freight and container costs due to inflation, as well as 2 facilities in New Mexico, which a company refers to as Foods of New Mexico, that were acquired, offset by the achievement of economies of scale. So basically, they're blaming raw materials, like I said, raw materials, labor, freight, and all that goes into cost of goods sold. Now, if inflation is affecting their gross margin, they should raise their prices, okay? But they may not be able to do that because they have a few customers and they may have a lot of leverage over Tattooed Chef. So hopefully they can either raise their prices or start controlling their costs, or they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Operating expenses increased pretty significantly year over year. It was primarily due to marketing, sales commissions, resolution of a dispute and related fees, stock compensation, and operating expenses, partially offset by a decrease in professional expense. What is that? Okay, so basically the main reason their operating expenses increased was because of marketing, which, okay, whatever. It's a new company. I've actually seen ads on YouTube for Tattooed Chef. They're pretty freaking bad. It's like, yeah. Tattooed Chef. Oh, God. As of September 30th, the company had cash and cash equivalents of $129 million. Now, all you're going to say, oh my God, they have a lot of cash. That doesn't freaking matter, okay? They actually have to employ that cash properly. And when a company has a lot of cash, it's probably because they issued stock or went into debt, okay? It's not a cure-all and amazing that they have a lot of cash because they can spend that cash in terrible ways and completely screw themselves over. All right, for the full year, revenue in the range of 210 million to 200, an increase of 41. Okay, so they saw a pretty significant revenue growth. Gross margin in the range of 12 to 14%. Yeah, we'll see about that. And, okay. So basically, they're not going to be profitable for a while because I don't believe that gross margin is going to be, because I've seen a constant trend down of gross margin, but now they're saying, oh, it's 12 to 14%. Okay, whatever, Tattoo Nutsack. So they're going to have the conference call on, well, it said the 26th on Robinhood, but then it said it concludes November 30th. So, I mean, I'm not going to be listening to their conference call. I don't really give a crap, but whatever. Now, let's go look at their financial statements, and then we're going to call it a delicious day. So, let's look at the 9 months. Well, let's look at the quarter first. So, for the 3 months ended September 30th, 2021, They lost $8.1 million with an earnings per share of negative 0.1. And that's just over a quarter. Over 9 months, they have a negative 0.86 earnings per share. That's pretty freaking bad, okay? What is the share price right now? So it's 16.26. So let's just say the whole loss for the year is 1. So it'd be negative 1 divided by 16.26. So you're basically losing 6% every freaking year by buying this stock. Weighted average common shares outstanding. So let's see. Have they done any dilution? Yeah. So from September 30th, 2020. So year over year, they've diluted by a massive factor. They've gone from 28 million shares to 81 million shares. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. All right, balance sheet. So there's really nothing to see on the balance sheet. I mean, they have enough cash to survive for a long time, so they're not going to go out of business anytime soon. But my main worry is not their cash, okay? My main worry is their freaking gross margin, which is freaking trash and decreasing, and their massive share dilution. They need to fix that, or they're going to be in a lot of trouble. And then don't even read this crap. I wish they had a statement of cash flows. That would be nice, but I could actually make one myself, but I don't have time for that crap. All right. Let's go see some comments. Holy crap, I have 35 viewers. That's a rarity for Strongman Personal Finance. Ooh, $2. Thank you very much for your generous donation. I hope you guys liked that video. Hopefully it didn't cut out too much. Keep up the good work calling out the shills. Thanks. I don't know. What do y'all think about Tattooed Nutsack? I don't like it. Good to see you back. So, yeah, I mean, I'm still on vacation, but I'll be back tomorrow. Strong man. Welcome back, strong man. Remember, yeah, everybody like the video, please. Okay, I need to get promoted. Okay. Wouldn't that be funny if I got more views than Jeremy LaFufu, the freaking fraud? Holy smokers. Yeah, I can't wait to see his video. I'm actually going to react to it once I get time to. I'm sure he's going to make it. Oh my God, the revenue went up. But revenue, like that's just one small component. You also have to factor in profitability and dilution. And their profitability is not looking good with that gross margin. Yep. So Julius is referring to adjusted EBITDA, which is like not accounting. It's like that's not according to the rules of accounting because you don't factor in depreciation and amortization, which is a cost of your business. Like when you buy an asset, like you buy a building, you have to spread that cost over its useful life. Why would you discount that cost when you're looking at profitability? It's stupid. EBITDA. Don't listen to that crap. I'm selling $15 puts, the premium. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do puts, whatever. I mean, sometimes there's a lot of clown power behind some of these stocks. So even if the stock is garbage, it still might go up for a long time because Jeremy LaFufu's pumping it. Just tuned in. How are earnings? I mean, revenue grew, but the gross margin went down even more, which is pretty bad. What's up? Not TTCF. Just noticed the thumbnail. So I actually had to reuse an old thumbnail. I can't make any thumbnails while I'm on vacation, sadly. The more products they sell, the higher the profit margin. I mean, yeah, it depends because basically the more you grow, the higher your gross margin should be. But I'm seeing the opposite, because with gross margin, you're allocating fixed overhead across a certain amount of products. So the more products you make, the lower that cost is. It's called economy of scale, but they're growing and their gross margin is going down. So I don't know what to think of that. I love how I can buy Google growing faster and having insane market versus this trash. Yeah, I don't understand, ladies and gentlemen. Why would you put your future, your hard-earned money into something like this, okay? Especially if you have a massive position. Why not buy a profitable company that's growing just as fast? Or even better yet, why don't you max your tax advantage account and buy some kind of index fund? I like total world index funds. Why would you risk your money on something like this? I don't understand the logic behind this, okay? I think Jeremy LaFufu just has a cult. But yeah, good point. Can't wait to watch them when they chart with Robinhood. This dude's a joke. When they charting's for losers. Margins, not market. Missed your vids. I mean, I've been pumping out vids, just not as often. All in on Rivian. God, I mean, you might make money in this clown market. Good thing I don't follow Jeremy on this. I have a bad feeling about this one. I mean, that's not to say the stock's going to go up, because the stock in the short term doesn't follow fundamentals. I mean, the stock could freaking skyrocket tomorrow. I don't freaking know, but I'm telling you, the gross margin is decreasing, which is not good. Not good. Only watching because I like Jeremy. I just want an opposing point of view. I mean, hopefully you don't have a lot of money in Tattooed Chef. Do I have Tourette's? No, I don't. But do you want me to have Tourette's? Would that make you feel better? Selling puts, not buying, so I hope it goes up. I mean, honestly, like I hate to say it, but the stock probably will go up in the short term, because once the stock dips enough, all the clowns are going to jump back in because Jeremy told them to. Buy the dip. I agree with the guy loading up on Google. This is my second largest position. Tattooed Chef or Google? Hopefully Google. If strongman is a joke, then you're losing everything in the crash is the punchline. Any thoughts on TQQQ? I haven't done a lot of research into it, but it's like a leveraged QQQ ETF. I wouldn't touch it, but if you want to gamble, go right ahead. Doesn't have pricing power. They don't. They do not have pricing power, because I went to Walmart. They're like $2.50 there, and you go to Target and they're $5. I mean, that's pretty big variance there. That means Walmart can really put the hammer down on Tattooed Chef, because Tattooed Chef is like very concentrated with a few distributors or the few retail chains. I don't know if they've expanded that. I mean, I haven't done that much research into them, but if they only have a few people they can distribute to or sell to, then they can really, negotiate pretty heavily with Tattooed Chef. I'm sure his tattoo is completely brainwashed. Of course he did. The guy's a freaking maniac. Okay. I mean, if you want to gamble on this stock, you can, a little bit of money, but I wouldn't put a large position in it. It's not worth gambling your future on a stock like this. Okay. It's ridiculous. Fake processed meat is going to save the world. Yet Jeremy thinks Tattooed Chef is going to solve childhood obesity. It's freaking ridiculous. I'm concerned the margins are going down. The argument is they sell. Yeah, I mean, naturally, with economies of scale, your gross margin at least should be going up, but it's going down. So I don't know. But what do I know? What do I know? Everyone wants to get rich quick. Everyone thinks they're experts. Exactly, but just freaking wait, everybody. One day, there's going to be a glorious crash, and I'm just going to be laughing, be live streaming the crash. Oh, boy, I can't wait. My third attempt at an audit exam. Any tips? Have you taken FAR yet? I took FAR before that. I hated audit, but FAR gives you a good foundation for audit. But hey, if you need tutoring, I'm on Wyzant. $60 an hour. And actually, I'll give you a 5% discount. The margins are going down despite all the branded, at the upper hand. Exactly. It's exactly right. I totally agree with that. Jesus, these comments are crazy. All right, I can only do a few more minutes of comments because I actually have to tutor in a couple minutes because you guys don't pay me enough. I actually have to make money tutoring CPA exam students. But you can go listen to LaFufu. I'm sure he knows a ton about accounting. Even though Beyond, at least the company's doing something with artificial. Yeah, I mean, I think they both suck, but whatever. Are you buying VT on the first trading day of? I am. $12,000. I'm going to make a video about it, okay? My Roth, my wife's Roth. How railway stocks. Is that true? That's pretty funny. The liberals are crazy. Don't forget their buying power for Tattooed Chef products. I mean, there's a lot of products in the soy boy industry. And my argument against Tattooed Chef is like, not even from a financial standpoint. It's just the products are expensive depending on where you go, and they don't fill you up, even if you're a soy boy. Oh, by the way, please like the video, everybody, and subscribe if you haven't done so. I know it's hard, okay? But we need to push this above LaFufu's video. So his fans see this one first, and they get triggered by me looking at the numbers. By the way, soy boy stock alert. Tattooed Trucker Beyond the Truck Stop are not the same market. Anyone can buy, unlike Tattooed Chef is absurd. I mean, I'm sure some of these companies might succeed, but it's not looking good for Tattooed Chef. I mean, maybe if they can improve their margins, but I don't know. What about Palantir? Yeah, I need to do Palantir again. I think it's losing money. BTI looks good. Hope it dips. Yeah, I did a video on that. I liked BTI. Oops, Tor just said the same thing about me as well. Any thoughts on BABA earnings? I haven't looked at that yet. I've been on vacation, and then I have to tutor. But I'm going to get back home tomorrow. I'll get settled in, and then I can look at all this other stuff, and I can respond to Jeremy's video, which we all know is coming out. Any last questions? Please like and subscribe. I know. I need to get bigger than Jeremy so I can annihilate him and destroy his livelihood. Have you looked into now? I mean, I'll have a lot more time in the upcoming weeks. But all right, well, if that's it, I think that's going to conclude the video, everybody. Like, subscribe, tell your friends about me, and y'all have a wonderful day. Cheers.